chose St. Ben's for two reasons. One is I entered the community, and secondly, the bonus of entering the community was the College of St. Benedict. And at that time, the College of St. Benedict was a small, about 400 population, quality, primarily taught by all sisters, but I remember my admiration for those sisters who taught in the college. Admiration and some fear, thinking they were my teachers, they were also my sisters. Their love for literature, chemistry, math, education, no matter what it was, they loved what they taught. And also their dedication to community. So it was just a real twofold benefit. Now, why did I choose here? Basically because of the sisters I knew in my hometown. And one of the people you've heard of, and many of our alums heard of, was Sister Brian Spain. She was a teacher in my hometown. I never had her as a teacher, but Brian could drive down the street of Browerville, population 700, and all she did was wave all the time because everybody knew her. So it was just, she was one love person, but she was also a welcoming spirit, and I know that she was real influential in my coming to St. Ben's. So that had a real influence. And I saw the sisters as real people. They weren't somebody who stood apart. So they came out to our farm. They were real people in the community. They were just part of our lives. So it wasn't a better than. It was just part of who the common ordinary person was. And so it was a very welcoming place to come to, both community and the college. It means a wonderful community of sisters in the broadest sense. Both my Benedictine sisters, but sisters around the world. And I can literally say around the world because I've had an opportunity to work with hundreds in the Bahamas. I've had the opportunity of going to India to say, should we establish that, where should we establish a study abroad? And that would be a place where our Bennies could study. So thinking of a wonderful community of sisters, where did I want them to study? Where would be a good place for them to study, to broaden their horizons? You know, it wasn't just about here, central Minnesota. It was how to become a better person in this bigger world. Thinking of being a Bennie, I've had an opportunity, world opportunities, as I just said, and pursuing education in my area of interest. And that's been a fortune for me in the community. And I think as I follow some of our Bennies and some of our Bennies who've gone on for further education, to see what they've done with their lives. They didn't stop with that first degree, and I think I'm going to say that at the end again of the interview this is only the beginning, continue. It's a world of opportunities. That's what being a Bennie means. And being able to count on your sisters no matter where you are in the world. Well, one of the favorite things was the opening of the Benedictine Art Center. I happened to be here at the time when the Benedictine Art Center opened. Now, I happened to be a novice at that time, which means the second year of my being here, but we were required and we had the opportunity to attend every musical event. The Marine Corps Band, the Minnesota Orchestra, the St. Paul Symphony, speakers from around the world, around the country, the artists, the art department faculty, art students, to see that how that building across from the tundra, that wide open area that lots of alums can relate to, that was colder than cold in the winter. And people thought, why did they build that building way out there? It was so far away from everything else. And we know now what's in between all these other buildings. But I want to stick with that Benedict Art Center. Sister Furman Escher had a dream of what that place, that art center could be for central Minnesota and beyond, as well as the college students. I don't think we had any idea what it could become, but I know I was here, and that at that time we were required to attend all these events. It's probably one of the most formative things that happened for me. I came from a small town, population of 700, didn't have these opportunities of arts, music, speakers, and I was required to attend these. So it was my formation in the classics, in quality music, in quality speakers, in challenging speakers, to see the world in more than one perspective. So that's a real, probably one of the most favorite and formative memories as a student. Well, I have to choose two of them. I have to choose hospitality and diversity. I'm going to go to diversity first because when I entered the community, we had sisters with us from the Bahamas. I just formed friendships with them right away and began to take them home with me to my family. So it was just, that was the beginning of getting acquainted with another culture. So that was in 1963. So you look at that long friendship, formative area that I had. And I spent over 40 years working with the people of the Bahamas. One of my greatest joys, helping, assisting them to be able to complete their degrees and have some lasting friendships from there. What a gift they've given to the world, and what a gift they've given to St. Ben's and to me personally. Now, hospitality in the community and in the college. And I think that's just been part of what we hope is our legacy of trying to continue with that, and not as, that's what we have to be, but hopefully that's what we're living. Just by walking down the sidewalk and being hospitable when we meet someone. Reach for the stars. And know that life is always changing, and what you might think you're going to be doing when you come to college, it's going to change over time. And another one of my favorite tasks with students was advising. Students just were kind of petrified because I've only got 4 years time. I have to know what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. This is what I think I want to do, but I'm not sure. And so trying to help them, listen to them. And I don't know what I want to do. And so I say, well, let's say let's work on what do you know you don't want to do. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And then look at what are some of the possibilities. I love to sit and listen to their possibilities. And then just say, what you're graduating with is only your starting point. And you've got 30, 40, 50 years that you're going of your work life, your production life. I'm sure you're at a spot, each of us is at a spot differently now than we ever thought we would be. I did many different things than I thought of at age 18 when I came, that I would never have realized. So I just say, if you have a dream, pursue that, but be ready to change that. Don't hunker down and say, that's where I'm going and that's where I'm going to stay. Because there might be something even better out there for one.